Hello, my name's Peter, and today I'm going to be doing a final update on the Musa Basjoo. I think I said in the last video that I wasn't going to do another update, but this is going to be an overwintering video on the Musa Basjoo. So just before I overwinter it, I'm going to just do a final update of it. As you can see, it's grown a lot this year, especially the second pup that couldn't even really see it when I uncovered it in spring. It was a very small pup, just below the mulch, and in one growing season it's grown almost to the height of this wall, and only just slightly smaller than the main plant that I had growing last year. So yeah, you can see the main plant is still pushing out a leaf. Today is the Sunday the 4th of December. So yeah, it's still growing, even though we've had a frost last night, only a light frost. It's not really caused much damage to the Musa Basjoo. As you can see, I did protect some of my other bananas, which are not as hardy. These are tropical edible bananas, so I just put some fleece over them just to protect them from the light frost. I also did the Orinoco as well. I'll be doing a separate video on how I'm going to be overwintering those bananas, as they're going to have to be protected a little bit differently than the Basjoo. So yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few pups now. We have 3 very large banana pups. We've got one on this side here. We've got this one, as I mentioned before, here, and then there's also some smaller ones. There's one at the back, which is a sword sucker. It's been growing incredibly fast, even over autumn. Actually surprising how much it's grown. It's now probably it's definitely over 1 metre in height. And then there's a few small ones as well. You can just see around the plant. But yeah, this is the main stem, as you can see. It's got quite thick at the base now. And the other pup as well has also got absolutely huge this year. This one on the right is definitely not as big. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to be overwintering these today. Seems a shame to remove all these leaves, but it's come to that time where I'm going to have to, as we have some hard frosts forecast next week, and I'm not going to get a chance to do it, so I'm going to have to do it today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the leaves on the Musa Basjoo, and then I'm going to mulch around the base. I'm going to add as much mulch as I can, some wood chips, also going to add all the leaves that I've removed as well, and then I'll be wrapping each individual stem with some fleece. I'm going to focus mostly on the larger ones, not quite as bothered about the small pups, and the really small ones will get protected with mulch anyway. So I'm going to remove all these leaves, and then I'll show you the next steps. I thought I'd just show, I've removed some of the leaves, moved them all off this pup here. Still got the main one to do, and some of these other pups. But I just thought I'd show, it's already pushing another leaf, which I'm just going to remove. That's it may still push through a little bit over winter. It'll probably get a bit of dieback if it's near the top, so it won't get as much protection. Surprising actually how healthy looking this pup at the back was. I guess this wall has given it a lot of extra protection, and the leaves from the main plant as well probably also protected it quite well. It's incredible how much smaller it is once you chopped all the leaves off. It was getting so big, the leaves were spanning probably 1.5 meters, some of them. All in all, this whole plant was probably about 3 meters in width with all the leaves in different directions. So now you can see all the pseudostems I'm going to have to protect. In case anyone's doing the same thing, make sure you don't get any of this sap from the stems onto any clothes, especially white clothes or pale clothing, as it will stain it. You'll get like a blood stain on there, which will never come out. So yeah, make sure you wear some older clothes when you do it. Yeah, so the garden looks totally different now with all those leaves removed. It's quite a sad time really when you have to remove all your leaves off your bananas. See all the leaves that I removed as well. Some of them are absolutely huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the fleece that I used last year. Just try and reuse as much as I can. So I have a roll that I bought last year, which I'll also use if I run out. So yeah, I'll use all the old stuff from last year first. I'm going to wrap the main pseudostems with a few layers of fleece, probably at least 3 or 4 times each, maybe a little bit more. So these 4 here will get wrapped. Obviously I'll need more than last year, as I only had the 1 stem to wrap. So I've wrapped the 4 main stems with just bits of fleece that I had left over from last year. Wrapped them around a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times, depending on the length. Obviously I'm going to have to put some more, especially over the tops. This is not quite enough to protect the tops of them. Yeah, I'm also, before I do any more though, I'm going to add some mulch around the base. I'm not going to bother protecting the really small ones, I'm just going to leave them, just cover them with mulch. So I've just added a good few inches of this wood chip around all the plants. I've covered up one of the pups that was over here. Just a good few centimetres or inches around, all the way around. I'm now going to also add some leaves as well. That's what I did last year. It seemed to work quite well. So I'm probably going to put another few layers on the Musa Basjoo, mostly because the top is still only like 1 or 2 layers here. Need at least another 3 or 4 layers wrapped around, I think. And then I'll see if I can put a plant jacket over the top as well. So I hope you can just about see, as it's sun has set now and the security light has come on. It's that dark. But I've wrapped a few more layers of fleece around the main pseudostems. I've not wrapped any more around this one at the back, but it does have the wall, because it's right next to the wall, so it should be a little bit more protected. I've just wrapped a bit more fleece around the base, and then I'm just going to put a plant jacket over the top as well now. So this plant jacket will also help protect it from the frost, and it's breathable. You don't want to put anything that isn't breathable, like plastic, as you'll end up, the stems will end up rotting. So you need to make sure it's breathable. Hopefully you can see the plant jacket fits all the way around all the pseudostems. This is a slightly modified version of what I did last year. Obviously there's more to protect this year. So ideally you'd probably want something like some Christmas lights inside here to try and add some extra heat, but I don't think that's necessary with Basjoo. At least hopefully not in my climate anyway. If you were protecting your plant in a much colder location, you'd probably want to put a cage around it and then add some dry straw. I'm hoping this will be enough to keep the main stems alive. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in spring what happens. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I release new videos. And I'll see you in the next one.